the NFL owners meeting happened was this week or a little bit last week, maybe. Since the last time we podcasted, the owners meeting had happened,
Right.
and they have implemented a number of rule changes. At first, I thought it was only like 2 or 3 things. It's like 5,
Right.
and they sort of cooked with some of them. Now, the biggest or the easiest changes to talk about, they they've sort of expanded review capabilities for the refs now, so you can review whether a passer was down by contact or out of bounds before throwing a pass. That's a reviewable play now. There's a replay review when it's clear and obvious that the game clock expired before the snap. You can also quickly review roughing the passer calls, intentional grounding calls and if they messed up, they can be like, hey, you know what, we messed up. That call doesn't count. So those are easy, quick changes that happened, and I'm cool with them. How do you feel about those?
I'm not against any of that. I think that we kind of got a little nervous when they started doing the hip drop, which is still crazy. Like it's still like
I haven't.
But it does seem like they definitely got in the lab and was like, okay, well, we're gonna try to do everything we can to make this game a better product. And they did right, wrong, or indifferent. I don't have if I had to grade all of their rule changes, I would put it still in the 80% tile. 80 and up.
There was also some more rule changes that happened. The coaches challenge, teams will now be awarded a third challenge if they're successful on at least one of the first 2 challenges they have, which I like that rule because honestly, I feel like if I don't get a challenge wrong, I should keep getting challenges until I get them wrong.
I think they should expound on that rule though.
What do you mean?
Like I think if a coach is able to, prove that you're wrong twice in the same game and you're rewarded the 3 times, hey yo, something got to happen to that ref. You gotta
get fined or something.
Something got to get fined. Something has to happen. Like we not shrugging shoulders after 2 correct calls, my nigga. Because that nigga don't ref for a living. He coaches for a living. He's doing your job better than you.
Yeah.
Like, nah. Something has to happen. They gotta do how they did that nigga in Chattanooga. I didn't even tell you about that one. I think I screenshotted it to you. It was in March Madness. I think it was for the women. They pulled a ref mid game.
Oh no, I did. You did. I did see that because
they suspected that nigga had a degree in a Chattanooga degree.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They gotta start yanking refs like mid game, doing something.
Pulling refs mid game is crazy. But another change that happened, they did unfortunately ban the hip drop tackle, which I don't agree with it because it's not a real thing. It's just a tackle, bro. Stop being stupid. But it is what it is, whatever. It's now a penalty. It costs you 15 yards. That change is stupid, whatever. Another change they made, they pushed the trade deadline back, which is something we've been preaching and hoping to happen.
Absolutely.
But they pushed it back 1 week to week 9. So it's like, I guess it was a good thing.
Progress. Maybe by the time we get to 2030, we'll get the right one. We'll get it to week 11 or week 12 where it needs to be.
Man, we'll see. And then the other change that happened, I found the video of it because I can't even explain it properly.
Okay.
But they changed the NFL kickoff.
Oh, yes, sir.
And now, as part of that change, one of the things that, as a result of the change, is there's no more surprise onside kick. So now you have to declare when you're doing an onside, which sucks. But let me share my screen so you guys can listen to somebody explain this kickoff thing because it's very, I don't know, it's complex. And like the person who got to program this in the Madden, he hates his job right now.
Owners just approved the NFL hybrid kick rule per sources after years of tweaks turned one of the game's most exciting moments into a dead ceremonial play. The league hopes this overhaul will yield what it wants: fewer injuries and more returns. Pelissero went on to say the new rule is in place on a 1-year trial basis, so they'll give it a shot. It will be subject to renewal in 2025. Under the new hybrid rule, the kickoff spot won't change. However, the touchback location will change depending where the ball lands. If the ball sails into or beyond the end zone, the receiving team will begin at its own 30-yard line. If the ball lands on the field of play and bounces into the end zone for a touchback, the receiving team will start on its 20. If the ball lands in the field of play and doesn't reach the end zone, there is no fair catch or touchback option. The new kickoff rule eliminates one key aspect. The surprise onside kick is now dead. Teams must declare their intention to do an onside kick if they want to attempt it.
Now, that rule is very, very, very weird. I ain't like it because just off the strength of I saw like images of it being used in the XFL and it just looked really, really Chris Broussardish. So I was like, yeah, this is stupid. But Greg was like, oh no, it's a great rule. And against my better judgment, he might have convinced me a little bit. I don't know. But how do you feel about this rule, Greg?
I just think, look, I'm not going to sit here and argue that it doesn't look Chris Broussardish because it's different than what we're used to for what decades, half centuries, whatever. But I was just like, after really seeing it for real, I was just like, for Jax to tell me how important kickoffs is, he should really like this rule if it's planned out correctly, because it's really forcing you to run that bitch out for real. It's forcing you to like, hey yo, we need a returns. We want to see niggas do this shit for real instead of just always calling a touchback. I'm tired of seeing niggas in the end zone hit me with the. I'm tired of that shit. I'm tired of opening kickoffs. Just it's back in the end zone. I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I mean? So, hey man, look, we got. It's definitely going to have people look at special teams a little different. They're gonna be drafting different. I think kickers
gonna have to tackle, I feel like. Because if they get past that first line, you're gonna need a kicker that can tackle.
You're gonna need a kicker that can tackle, and you're gonna need a kicker that can be pinpoint accurate like a punter when it's time to do certain things. For some people, like imagine giving Pat Mahomes at the 45 because the kick just bounced away. You just wasn't expecting it to bounce for real. That's crucial. You need niggas really on their P's and Q's for real. It's different. If it's executed the way I think it's going to be executed, I think we're going to look back at this and be like, it still look like Chris Broussard. But I don't mind watching it.
Yeah. I don't know. I just got to see it in effect on a National Football League field.
And plus, like most onside kicks don't even like really happen for real. Like,
yeah, but one thing like
the surprise.
I feel like since the surprise onside kick, they're taking that out, and now you got to like declare you're doing the onside kick. I think they're eventually gonna do away with onside kicks and do that stupid 4th and 25 thing or whatever.
Yeah, that shit go hard. I don't care what you say.
I think that's so stupid. I think that is so stupid.
Sorry, nigga. I'm so sorry.
I hate that so much. I think that's so.
Oh, that was so hard.
I think I'm gonna say it again. I think that word. I think that's so stupid, bro.
Yo, I'm sorry. Hey, we gonna have to agree to disagree because I felt, that shit was going crazy in the XFL. I was fucking with that.
I truly, NFL, please. I hope y'all don't pass that rule. I think it's so stupid.
Hey, pass that motherfucker if you want to.
Please.
I'm going to be here for it. 4th and 25? Nah, give me that. Man. I need that.